The internet. Is it helping us or is it harming us? That is the real question that we have to ask ourselves. But also, as I did research on this topic, I realized that there's not just a simple yes or no, that there's more of like an in-between answer. And I'll explain more in my conclusion. But for now, I want to just approach the points that I have and the sources that I used to make this podcast and to come to the conclusion that I did. So, the real question is it helping us or is it harming us? And I would like to start with the negatives of the internet. And there are many sources that I use to gain knowledge or research about this topic. And first off, I would like to state my source, websitesecurity.com, which states positives and negatives. The top 3 negatives that it gives is that people are addicted to it, pornography is more rampant, and there's a loss of human touch, which makes us more emotionless. And so, as I went on through the research, I was thinking about that, and I come across Nicholas Carr, who is the author of the book The Shallow, and he states that not only is the internet making us less human in a sense, but it's making us dumber. He quotes in his book, "The web provides a convenient and compelling supplement to personal memory, but when we start using the web as a substitute for personal memory, by bypassing the inner processes of consolidation, we risk emptying our minds of their riches." So Nicholas Carr is saying that we miss out on the riches of life because we are so dependent on the internet. We depend too much on it, so we don't rely on ourselves to use parts of our brain. Which brings me to the part of this podcast where I say how the internet does affect our brain. According to academicearth.org, the internet causes a part of our brain to suffer, the part of our brain that is the long-term memory. Because of the internet, we don't have to depend on this part of our brain because the information is stored in the internet. We know that it's in Google or Chrome, so we don't have to know it in our heads. All we have to know is go to the internet. And so according to academicearth.org, we are cutting ourselves short because we are so dependent on the internet, we're not using parts of our brain. My second question, how is the internet positive for us? Well, according to Nick Morgan, who wrote an article on Forbes.com, he says that the internet is actually making us smarter in the sense of we have more knowledge than what we used to, and that we have more access to connections, to people, and even working at home, instances like that. So not only does the internet make things easier, and it gives us the ability to work from home, do school from home, but it gives us communication to other people. You can communicate with anyone across the globe because of the internet, and these are great positives. Now, in conclusion, I realize there is no yes or no to the question, is the internet harming us or helping us? Because truth is, it's doing both. But it all determines how you use the internet. It's our tool that we are given, just like everything else in life. And as individuals, we have to decide how much internet time is good for us and how much time is bad for us. How much dependence on it is good for us and how much dependence is not. And whenever we come to this conclusion and we work out our boundaries and how much time we need to spend on it, that is whenever we can determine, is the internet helping you or is it harming you? Or is it doing just what it needs to? The internet is our responsibility. It's our tool. We have to be responsible enough to take control of it instead of letting it control us. Thank you.